The Fast Track steps take you through the simplest course of action possible to build a strategy model. It's important to note that we are building on the steps that we've done before and basing it on the Schoolhouse Montessori Academy. Although I've never done any work for the Academy, their organization is fairly well documented on the web, and more importantly, we all have our own experiences around schools that we can bring to this example. Now, we're going to start off by using a template which you can download from the site, which outlines the most common strategic objectives. If you go back to our first book on the Balanced Scorecard, we outline that financial objectives, for example, are either focused on increasing our revenues, reducing our costs, or making better use of our assets. Customers deal with you either because of the brand that you represent, the customer or product service that you provide, or the value, the functionality and capability of your products and or services. Internally, organizations are typically either operationally excellent, product innovators, customer intimate, or of course have a degree of regulatory compliance, and enablers typically around the special assets you need to accomplish your strategy, the culture that's in your organization, and the inventory of competencies and capabilities. So using this as a checklist, we can quickly survey a group in your organization to get their feelings about which of these objectives are important and how important they are. So in this case, we're going to use the work that we did in the first step, which is understanding who your customers are and what their priorities are. So increasing revenues, that's part of the corporate and Montessori objectives here. And then we can go to the existing strategy documents, if they exist, and frisk them for the unique wording that may be around those objectives. Now, in many cases, you may not have a written strategy, in which case just work with the leadership team and find out how they would articulate their strategy around that concept area. So, as you begin the journey, you may find some, like in this example, making better use of our assets. Yeah, that's important to the school, but not that important. Therefore, it's not important enough to be on the strategy map. In this case, brand recognition is important, and if we take a look at the wording, it's clearly about enhancing the Montessori curriculum, etc. So in this way, we can use this as a reminder or tickler file to begin understanding what are the strategic objectives that we need to have and how important they are. When possible, you want to extract these from existing documents so that you avoid conflict in a new strategic planning process, but rather focus on what has already been agreed to historically in the organization.